Jack's a bit of an expert on the rides at the park and wants to take Michelle on Oblivion, a real white-knuckle experience. She's not so sure, so they're going round the rest of the attractions as a bit of a warm-up.
Michelle's sort of similar than she is on the phone. She's a bit shy, but I think she's great. I was wicked. She's fun, she goes on all the rides. She says cool things when she's on the rides. Screams a lot though. I was nervous earlier on, but I'm okay now, because I've got to know her a bit more.
I was a bit nervous when I was going to meet him, but I knew what he looked like, so I was all right.
I think she thinks I'm a bit chatty. I'm more outgoing than her, and I'm not really sure, but I think she likes me.
Back at the ice show, and the tension is mounting.
Basically what's going on is John has never run this show before with full costume, with the lights, basically as the show should be run. He's never done it before. So what we're doing is running the show as it would be, but obviously we're not going to have an audience in, just so that he gets used to his own costume. Yeah, we've got less time to set up and get the ice sorted, and it means we don't get any lunch either. But hey, that's show business for you, unfortunately.
This is a whole new show and a completely different experience to last year's production, which involved a lot of skating around with fluffy costumes on.
It's a different show. The Peter Rabbit show that was here before, it was aimed at specifically young kids, and they enjoyed it. It was a good show, but obviously you were restricted doing stuff in character costumes and character heads and stuff.
We have one more time for more chat, please.
This show, on the other hand, is a more modern show. Obviously a lot of time's been spent on stuff like costumes, and a lot of thoughts went into it. It's different, but it's good different. It's quite enjoyable. It's nice to do a show that's never been run before, so you can sort of put your stamp on it, if you know what I mean.
Rehearsal's over, and John is far from happy.
It's the first time I've rehearsed the costume. I've never had any of this stuff on before, apart from the jacket, so it's thrown me a bit off balance. It's not going very well. The show itself, I know, no bother, but this isn't even my costume, so I've still yet got to get my costume. And I've not ran the show with the lights or anything like that yet, so fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. If I do the show, I'll be doing it blind, so see what happens. Alright, mate.
It's Michelle's big moment. She's worked her way all round the park, and now she faces the big one. Just to get her in the mood for her vertical drop, the heavens have obligingly opened, and now she can be soaking wet as well as terrified.
She's been on all the other coasters, and now we're like warm-up coasters for her. So she's revved up now to go on it.
It feels like you're just going to carry on dropping down, but it's really fast. I was really scared because I thought like it would be a bigger drop going on the ground as well.
I think that after this day, we'll probably become more friends, and we might go around to each other's house quite a bit, and we'll probably meet up here more and go to other theme parks in the UK, because we know each other a bit more now, and we've met each other's parents and everything.
Meanwhile, Ben's on a bit of a roll, and he's getting lots of passing business.
When's your birthday, brother?
August.
August. You got me, May. All right, how old are you?
23.
23. Oh, you look great. You look like 20. Look at that. Yeah, you look good. Get whatever you want over there. When is it?
February.
All right, don't let me down. 12 stone 4. Anyways, good Lord, look at that. Fat rascal. Go on. 13 stone 5. You win, man. When's your birthday, Nadine?
March.
March. Well, March on in and get you one. June, I wrote. Go on.
Sadly, though, they're taking him to the cleaners.
I gotta get one right, haven't I? When's your birthday, baby?
May.
May. Then you may get one because I wrote August. That means you win. But that's tough, you know. Nobody looks like their birthday. That's difficult.
Come and help me.
Get a present. Make it small and cheap, please. I'm on a losing streak. Thank you. All right. I can either guess your age, I've got to be within 2 years, or what you weigh within 3 pounds.
Now this chap's decided to set him a real challenge.
Your weight? Yeah, I was afraid you were going to say that. Ain't nothing easy, but this one's a particularly tough one. You like cheeseburgers?
Oh, yeah.
You do? All right, come over here. Let's see it. You weigh, he's pretty solid. About, 23 stone and 5 pounds, all right?
Right.
Watch that scale. Here he comes. And he weighs...
Off the scale.
Yeah, you got me.
Oh well, you win some, you lose some.
And don't ever come back.
Take it.
Yep. Want to do that?
The audience is filing into the big top. It's showtime, and John's turn to hit the ice in his debut as the webmaster.
When I'm out on the ice, it's not really nerves, it's more of a little bit of excitement, your adrenaline's pumping, you know. I wouldn't say it was nerves, I've never really been a nervous person. But this morning, certainly, I was a bit, I don't know, my head was everywhere, really. It's one of those things, anything can happen when you're on the ice. It takes you to lose an edge or something, that's it. The rest of the show could be a disaster.
There's one awkward landing, but John recovers well. While John demonstrates his fancy footwork, over at Cheadle Leisure Centre, there's not exactly an abundance of Brazilian flair. The Theme Park Social Club has organised a staff football tournament. It's a big event. Each department have put in their own team, and Mel has patched up her differences with boyfriend Ben and come along to support him in playing for her colleagues, the hosts.
I'm supporting Ben and his team, the youth. United, go! We're going to win as well, aren't we? We're going to get right to the finals.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. So Ben looks like he's going to be the weakest, to be honest. I know Ben plays for his school. He plays rugby for his union or something. And he does football and running, so I know he's quite sporty. Definitely quite sporty. Active. Do you know, I really wanted to play. I was like, I'll do it, Al, go and put me in, please,
I did
please.
say,
actually, no, there's a team that haven't got a player. I might go and, try to join it.
Mel's wish soon comes true, as she's asked to join a team from the restaurant staff, who are one player down.
Oh, no way, I'm playing football, guys. Jesus. I'm playing for this one, Ben Sims. I'm playing for him and him. Who's let you down?
Bryn
Cowan has let him down, my ex-boyfriend, and I'm standing in for them. I'm going playing football.
Right, so let's get this straight. Mel is replacing her ex-boyfriend and playing for a rival department to her own. And guess who's up first? Yes, it's the hosts, featuring current boyfriend Ben. With Mel's help, the team are soon leaking goals and become a lost cause.
Don't look at me! They keep saying, go stay inside, you're in the wrong side. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I'm just being stood there.
So Mel's teammates decide to keep her out of the way, keeping goal.
Shut up, you
Are you alright? I think you did fab.
look, it's shaking, that really is. You see what I did?
Main thing is, at least you didn't swear.
The ice show is nearing its finale, and John is performing magnificently. It's been a great success, and John skates on to take the applause.
Well, the show went really well. I was pleased with everything. I was really pleased that they got me up in the illusion. That was sort of, not for me, it's not a worrying part for me, but for everybody else, for the guys lifting me up there. It's, obviously it's been a little bit tense. It went surprisingly well. I didn't think it would go that well. The costume was fine, so all the little niggly bits that have been happening the last couple of hours, all paid off, luckily enough. It's more a relief than anything else, because you know then you're like, yeah, it's finished, I can relax now.
But there's no time to rest on his laurels. John and the rest of the team will have to perform the show day in, day out for the rest of a very long season. Next time on Park Life, hotel singer Charlie gets a visit from her boyfriend.
Of course I'm pleased to see her.
The children of King's School get off lessons for the day. And Wayne has a lighting problem to sort out.
Is it a socket issue or is it an actual lamp issue?
Today on Park Life, the kids of King's School visit the park.
I went all red because I can't breathe. She was like, oh my God!
We meet children's entertainer, Pirate Bill.
Everybody say I look like a Chuckle Brother there. I think the Chuckle Brothers were being insulted by it.
And hotel singer Charlie gets all slushy.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go around the gardens and do all that romantic goo stuff.
Right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mr. Atkinson.
There's an added buzz in the playground of King's School this morning. Year 6 are assembling for a trip to Alton Towers, and the kids are already getting excited.
And see, like, looking over the edge of this big, deep hole with smoke coming out. Yeah, and then he round it. Yes, and then he goes down. I've done this when you stop. You go, boom, and you come out. Yeah, and then you come out.
70 kids are travelling to the park as a reward for a year of gruelling schoolwork.
Yeah, because we've been doing too many tests this year.
There are 2 coachloads travelling, and on arrival they'll all split up into small supervised groups.
I'm Catherine and I'm in Mrs. Brown's group. I'm Alison and I'm in Mrs. Brown's group. I'm Sarah and I'm in Mrs. Brown's group.
The kids can't wait to get going, but soon enough they're on the coach. Apparently the driver is not a music lover. Charlie works as a singer in the park's on-site hotel. Her boyfriend also works as a singer. Sadly for her, though, he's based over 200 miles away at Butlins in Bognor Regis. But today, she's getting a visit.
Today, I'm driving to the station in Stoke, all the way over to Stoke, to meet my boyfriend at the station, who's been travelling since about 6:30 this morning on a train, just to come and see me for one day. I'm really excited. We've been sort of texting each other lots every night, counting the days down.
Charlie is late and Tony is already waiting, but there are some things worth waiting for. It's an emotional reunion. Tony has had a 6-hour train journey to get here, but it's worth it.
Of course I'm pleased to see her. It was a tiring journey, but I'm glad I made it.
Does everyone know that the perimeter gate locks have changed? Not the locks, but the actual numbers, yeah? If you want to know,
Wayne Croak is deputy manager of the park's host team, the guys and girls who look after guests in venues like Adventureland, Front of House and the 3D Cinema. Today, Wayne is in charge because his boss Richard is on holiday.
My agenda for today, amongst many other things, consists of organised a coffee machine for Adventureland. Very busy day today, extremely busy in fact. Generating ideas for entertainment. So I guess just hang on. We've got to update one of our data sheets. The data sheet is that we use to sign off the venue. Hiya. The new ice show is at the minute got a temporary signage arrangement. 3D needs a new file. Interesting. Now that was actual bodily harm.
Characters like Baby Bear, you know, they're always being asked to go to people's rooms and, you know, visit children and all that stuff.
Richard and Michael are employed as character performers in the hotel show. Today they're going through their contracts.
I mean, up until this job came up, I was doing my hairdressing because that's what my trade is as well. I was sort of plodding along with that, did panto, came back and went back to the salon. And as I say, and this came along and I thought, do I want to move away again? Do I want to do this? And I just thought, oh, we'll go with it.
Since the first audition, I was called back, not for the part that I auditioned for, which was very flattering, but for Lionel Diamond. He's a flamboyant little show-off. And I'm hoping that it'll be a lot of fun to play. I went for the fitting, and I'm in white PVC tight trousers. We have a gold lame jacket, which I'm absolutely stunned with, and a pink jacket to sort of match, but not quite the platform shoes. I said, well, do you want me to wear a wig? And they said, oh, no, your hair's fine. I thought, oh, swines.
Meanwhile, the 90-minute journey from King's School is well underway. There's plenty of singing and lots of anticipation for the day ahead.
Well, first we're going on the black hole, then we're going on the Ferris wheel. Yeah, we've only got Nemesis and Oblivion. The best one, Barneyland!
Last time I went, I was 1 centimetre too small for all of those, so I haven't been on them before. Yeah,
There's also some one-upmanship going on about who's got the most famous relative.
My cousin's Mario. Second cousin. Yeah,
I'm Britney Spears, my cousin.
My cousin's Robbie Williams. My cousin is McLaren, yeah. McLaren, that's the one.
Beckham's my uncle.
They're all raring to go, but first, a word of warning.
If anyone comes back soaking wet, right, you'll be phoning your parents up to come and pick you up because you won't be allowed on the seats. And there's no chips, no burgers and no ice cream definitely allowed back on the coach. And if there's any rubbish on the coach, when we get back to school, I'll brush it out on the car park and then you can let to pick all next week.
Okay, so there are the rules.
Come on, Mr. Driver, where's your sense of fun?
Right, at the minute we're off to check the venue for health and safety. It's not a big in detail thing because they do get checked on a regular basis anyway, but it's more on a presentation side of things. Do we have all our lamps working? Do we have all the staff in the right places? Is the venue ready to open really? Is it clean enough, you know?
Wayne's first problem are some lights going out at the bouncy castles.
We've got like a star cloth that runs across the whole of the ceiling. Is it a socket issue or is it an actual lamp issue?
Wayne's socket issues and lamp issues will soon be resolved, but before long, he has a tree issue to deal with. It appears there has been some tree cutting at the rear of one of the theatres, and some of the shows have been interrupted by the sound of branches hitting the theatre roof.
I don't know whether it's been mentioned to you, but you're cutting at the back of the Barney's Theatre here, and we've got shows going on at 11:30, 2 and 4. Is there any chance we can not cut it? Well, not in any chance. We're going to have to stop cutting during that period for the sake of the show because we can hear it. Not 11, no. The house opens half an hour before the show. Right. So we need the cutting to stop at, let's say the show is at 11:30, 11 o'clock till 12 o'clock. Alpha 112 Alpha 17, over. They should have cut the tree down before the first show, but there might be a mess at the back of the theatre, but it shouldn't be in an evacuation path, over. Right, all sorted, eh? All sorted.
Around 232,000 schoolchildren visit Alton Towers every year. That's about 4,750 coach loads. And today's visitors from King's School are already hitting fever pitch.
Sorry about that.
You shouldn't have been filming. I didn't quite realise you were there.
What the girls don't want is a bunch of boys cramping their style.
The boys are in Steve's group, but they're just following us. They're just going to follow us to be annoying.
And why are they going to follow you?
Because they're obsessed with these two! They're obsessed obsessed with those two. Yeah. We're not obsessed with them, they're obsessed with us. Yeah. We're not. She just can't stop hugging me.
Catherine, Alison, Sarah and Holly just can't decide which way to go.
How do we get there? You got that?
Well, if in doubt, just run.
But then once you get going, it's just like amazing. Best ride I've ever been on. And I went all red because I can't breathe. She was like, oh my god. Nemesis was scary. They were both amazing, really. Yeah, it was really good. Let's go to Blade next. Yeah. See our Blade.
Over at the park's on-site hotel, a salty old sea dog is preparing for action.
Gold tooth, bandana, ruff. Ahoy there, where my heart is. Coat. Tis your old mate, Pirate Bill. Sword and belt. Children, come here and have a look what we got. And now, I'm ready to go. In that hand, yes, there is a black disc. There is. And in that hand, there's a white disc. Right. Okay. With you so far. Now, I'm just going to close them up. Yeah. Can you remember which one the black one was in? Yeah, that one. Yeah, well, it's changed. 'Cause now that's the white and that's the black. Isn't that fantastic? I'm Pirate Bill, the children's entertainer. And it's my job to entertain all the children, keep them all happy when they've had a busy day on the park, and take the pressure off the mums and dads. I tell you, that's not much of a trick at all, really, is it, lads? No. This would be even better. If you could turn that one into a green one, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? That would be great. And then if you could get this one, Parsley, and turn that one into a red one, that'd be brilliant. And do you know what? I have been a children's entertainer for 34 years, and I've been a pirate for the last 4. Everybody say I look like a Chuckle Brother there. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think the Chuckle Brothers would be insulted by it. Parsley, your hat is battered. Yes, it is. Because I dropped it in the chip shop. Oh, and that's why it got battered. So I have made him a new hat. Ooh, a new hat. It was 1968 and I was working at Butlins as a redcoat. And the guy that we had, who was a children's entertainer, was a bit like Mr. Partridge off the Heidi High. He absolutely hated kids, and he was punching them and hitting them. So he got the sack halfway through the season. So they said to me, well, you know, would you take over? And I said, oh, no. Well, just be for a weekend, you know. And that was August 1968. And 34 years on, I'm still doing it. It was a long weekend, that one, wasn't it? I had a blue hat once. What happened to your blue hat? It blew off. Pirate Bill blew off. No, I didn't. So I really, and I'm not just saying this for the camera, enjoy every single day of my job. I'm so lucky to have a job that I enjoy doing. Can you remember me? Yeah. What's my name then? They always let you down, don't they? Whoever said work with children and animals?
One of the perks of working in a theme park is that you're allocated a number of free tickets. So hotel singer Charlie is using hers to treat long-distance boyfriend Tony to a lovey-dovey day on the park.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go around the gardens and do all that romantic goose stuff. No, it'd just be nice to spend some time with them, you know, start talking again when it's not on text. Face-to-face talking.
Soon we'll be making another run.
The two lovebirds have got a lot of catching up to do, so they're avoiding the white-knuckle rides and opting for a stroll in the famous gardens.
Well, now that she's so far away, obviously we don't see as much of each other as I'd like anyway. So it does make it that little bit harder when you are apart, but then it also makes it that much better when you're together. I'd say miss her being there. just bizarre.
Charlie met Tony when she was a redcoat at the same camp in Bognor.
I can never go back now.
You'd be surprised. A lot of people leave and go back.
I can go back as a redcoat anyway. Maybe now, after I've got some experience, I might do some of the shows or something like that, maybe.
Even though I've only been here today for a few hours, it's been really, really good. It's been nice.
At the other side of the park, Richard and Michael are preparing to present an untried section of their act to a theatre full of their fellow staff.
At the moment, we're sort of...
we're panicking.
We're not panicking, we're okay. All we're doing is the game show. We're giving away some vouchers, just to give them an incentive to keep on listening.
Yeah.
So,
stop them losing the will to live.
We are punctuation today. I'm a comma, he's a full stop. My makeup directions are that I have to be completely orange at all times, so I'm going to look a bit like Judith Chalmers, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Miss Tanya Hyde!
Good morning, everybody. Lovely. I've now got to introduce you to my new entertainment host. You've all seen The Lion King, well, prepare to meet the Lame Queen. Would you please welcome Mr. Lionel Diamond?
Oh, we'll start with a bang. Come on, let's get up there. Right, folks. Now then, have you all got your tickets handy? Because, ladies and gentlemen, come on, love, come on. It's time for our game show extravaganza!
Audience reaction was great. Couldn't believe it. I mean, at the first show, Tanya got a round of applause just for what she was wearing. So it was really good to gauge the level of the humour.
Oh, we have a magic moment!
Are you keeping well? Are we busy then?
Meanwhile, over at the Adventure Playground, Deputy Manager Wayne is reminiscing about his early days as a host.
We had an event on Park, actually, and it was all these customers, and I had to dress up as a clown. I was putting, like, the stocks, and I was locked in there for about an hour, and people threw jellies at me, right? And
Somebody who would probably enjoy throwing stuff at Wayne in the stocks is Mel. The two of them have an interesting relationship.
It's all right to an extent, I suppose, in small doses. I don't know, I feel like he picks on me sometimes, but other people don't think he picks on them, so I don't know.
Who was doing coaches? Mel.
I should have been doing coaches, I was doing the javelin.
Before here, Mel went to a course at college called Confrontational Skills. It was all about the art of arguing, the art of lack of discipline and everything else. But on the whole, she's very good. Sorry, Mel. Melissa Stanyard. Very good member of staff. She's very off the wall, which is the reason why we employed her. She would agree with me when I say she's quite dizzy, but again, being all polite about it, she's a lovely member of staff.
You might get the wrong idea that I hate it, which I don't. I just don't have to see eye to eye with him all the time, so then we don't communicate very well sometimes, and we don't get on too well.
Melissa's got many qualities, qualities that I believe in some employment probably would go unseen, you know. One's some kinds of qualities like interaction.
I think Wayne talks like a dictionary, like a thesaurus. I reckon he swallows them at night. Because he just, the way he speaks, it's so like, words, his words are like, they're like fluent, and then long words. Should cut them short and make them simpler. Not just for me, obviously, not everyone.
The girls have tried virtually every ride in the park, and even a spot of rain can't dampen their spirits. Now it's time for Oblivion, a ride that's been obsessing them.
I had a horrible dream last night where I actually fell off Oblivion and died. And my friend turned into a pig as well. Oblivion will make our day. We don't mind what else we go on after as long as we go Oblivion.
They've queued and they're finally in a position to ride. But just as they're set to go, there's a problem. The ride stops and there's a flurry of activity. It's a moment of tension. Is there a problem with the ride? No, it's a problem with a rider. Apparently, somebody wanted to attempt the vertical drop with a handbag on their knee. That's clever.
We should have gone round about 10 times.
There's only time left for a couple more rides.
We've got about 5 more minutes, so this was the best one we could get on. Don't want to go home. Too good.
It's been an exciting day for all the school kids, but now the only thing they've got to look forward to is the coach ride home.
We've got to go to our bus now. Yeah, sad life with you. Bye, Neil.
Back at the hotel, and a crowd is gathering for Pirate Bill's evening performance. It's been a long, hot day for the kids out on the park, and Pirate Bill is worried that he might have to face a small and jaded audience.
I don't think there's any professional entertainer wouldn't say they get a little bit nervous. And the day that I'm not nervous, I think that's the day I'll pack in. I'm going to pack this in a lot, aren't I, tonight? Hi, kids, how are you doing?
Hiya.
Pirate Bill's my name. I'm just on my way to my show. So are you going to come and watch my magic show?
Yes.
Fantastic, OK. So we'll see you later.
My name is Pirate Bill. Pussy little jewel up, baby bear. You don't have to do that every time I say bottom. It really will disappear before your very eyes.
When I started, I really thought, oh yeah, I'm going to be the next Jimmy Tarbuck, and because I was a redcoat, I'm going to be the next Ken Dodd, and had all these grand ideas, and it never happened.
Children, I'm nothing!
And I've got no qualms with that at all, because I've had a lovely living doing what I'm doing, you know, and still working, and hopefully for a lot longer. Well, I think the kids were very good tonight because it's very, very hot there tonight. In that room, it must have been about 100 degrees, which is very, very warm for bears and pirates, and also very, very hot for children who've been walking around a theme park all day. So I think, taking all into consideration, they were a lovely, lovely, lovely audience, and the show didn't go down too bad either.
While Pirate Bill winds up his performance, Charlie is starting her own and is back entertaining the hotel guests. She said goodbye to her boyfriend Tony, and it could be some time before they see each other again.
Probably going to be a long time before I see Tony again, you know, because of our schedules and stuff, so I didn't want to let him go. But it was a really nice day, you know, so we enjoyed it. I'm just going to miss him a lot, I think.
Every day, every night, in the shadows we lie, but the mirror will go, your heart is my heart.
We're going to hopefully make time to see each other again within the next sort of couple of weeks. Maybe we'll meet halfway. Maybe. We'll try.
Next time on Park Life, Christian and Rasmus visit from Denmark. And there's some extreme action when a half-pipe arrives at the park. Today on Park Life, Richard tries out for the skateboard show.
Yeah, I'd really like to get on the team, because it's what I love doing anyway, skating.
Christian and Rasmus visit from Denmark.
It tastes a bit of like coal or something like that.
And Teresa applies for a promotion.
Got my letter.
A half-pipe has suddenly appeared on Park. It can only mean one thing. Team Extreme have arrived.
Yeah, Team Extreme's been around for the last 12 years. It's a number of riders from 3 or 4 different sports. We have some of the best riders in the UK and in Europe available to the team. This is our 2nd year we've been invited back to Alton Towers, and we're just doing 6 weeks worth of shows, 7 days a week. I think it's 41 days this year we're doing. So what we'll do is, obviously, as the crowd come in, they rush to the rides, we give them something to watch, a bit of entertainment before they actually get there. One of the top inline skaters in Europe at the moment, Doug Peel-Yates, he's improved immensely since he's been on the show team, was former British champion. He's got no doubt that he's going to win it again this year in the next couple of weeks. Mark Whitfield, the BMXer here, is almost certainly one of the top BMXers up and coming. Former nickname was Scary Boy, but now he's developed so well that he's just been out to America. And then we've got Gadget, who's a snakeboarder, and I say that with a laugh because snakeboarding is quite an unusual sport. It never picked up like the other sports, but Gadget was one of the few people worldwide that actually developed the sport, so you could actually say he's an innovator in the sport. And then last but not least is Dennis. And Dennis is known as the madman in BMX, and anyone will name any trick and Dennis will just get off and do it. Yeah, I was the original when the craze come, the mad craze in the 70s. I'm 39 right now. This is sort of my retirement year to be doing this.
The team are on the lookout for some young blood, and adverts have been placed in magazines asking for hopefuls to get in touch and try out. But so far, no one suitable has turned up. Stansted, and the airport is busy with the constant arrivals and departures of international and domestic flights. Alton Towers is one of the UK's most popular tourist destinations and has its fair share of overseas visitors. Travelling from Denmark today are 15-year-olds Rasmus and Christian, along with Christian's father, Torkin.
We're coming from Denmark, and we are going here to Alton Towers to ride the roller coasters and have a good time. And we are looking very much forward to it. We don't have any big theme parks like Alton Towers. Well, there's Legoland, and it's kind of a little theme park.
Christian's dad is acting as chauffeur, and they're collecting a hire car for the 2.5-hour journey to their holiday accommodation.
We'll be staying for 5 nights, and we'll be staying in a camping site near Alton Towers. We have 2 tents, one for my dad and one for the 2 of us.
Teresa started working at the park as a host about a month ago. She's really enjoying the job, but would like more responsibility.
I feel like I've got a bit more to offer as a senior, and I've had the experience before working with teams, so I'd like to put that to use with this lot.
A position has come up for the role of senior host. It's a promotion, and Teresa has applied. Now she's got an interview with Wayne.
I'm going in for a senior interview today, so I'm a little bit nervous at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's a new role for me.
Hello, you all right?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks.
Good to see you. Sorry to keep you waiting. Take a seat. The kind of people that we're looking for, the kind of person that we're looking for, has got to be somebody extremely good at communication. The kind of person with the ability to lead is probably the most important.
Obviously, it's a leadership role, but other than being a leader, you have to be a friend to the team as well.
It's been a good interview, and Wayne is impressed.
I believe that we will seriously consider Teresa for the position of senior host.
Meanwhile, Christian and Rasmus are en route to the park. Their home country of Denmark is tiny, so they weren't expecting such a long journey.
It was quite a long drive because in Denmark, everything is in a range of 100 miles or so, so it was a bit longer than expected.
But eventually they arrive at their campsite and challenge Christian's dad Torkin to a tent erecting competition.
They're used to the rain because in Denmark it rains a lot, so it's not so different from what we expected.
All finished in there, really? Yes, completely. And I have remembered my pillow.
This tent is much smaller, so it's a lot easier for him. It's not fair.
No, I'm finished yet.
16-year-old Mel works at the park as a host. Today she's got a day off and she's on the move.
God. Today I'm moving house. I'm going to Cheadle from Leek. As you can see, packing, my stuff is everywhere. I'm moving because, first of all, I love my own. I don't like living on my own. I don't know really, I just fancy move. Oh! No, more clothes! My ex-boyfriend as well lives around here, making a fresh start, so I think it's about time I moved away from him as well. Just off into the horizon kind of thing. I dyed that pink in the wash. It's my ex-boyfriend's actually, but I think I'll keep it.
Mel's current boyfriend Ben isn't helping today. They've had a bit of a ruck.
It's a long story. Basically, he thought we broke up, which we hadn't, and he got off with this girl, which I wasn't too impressed with. But you know, it's men for you, isn't it? Ugh.
Last ride closes at 6 o'clock tonight. Hiya.
Teresa still hasn't heard whether she's been promoted, but things are looking promising. Today she's been asked to take on the role she's applied for by way of training.
Today I am being senior for the first time, which is should be okay actually. I just have to keep the troops in line, but they're fab troops. They're a laugh and we get on like a scream. So T is the senior today, trying to Diablo.
Things are going well and she's popular with the staff.
She's really nice. She's like new. She's only just kind of started and she's applying for the senior position. I think she will get it because she's a top girl. She's like really friendly and everyone seems to get on with her really well.
I haven't found out yet if I've got senior. I think it went okay. I've just got to wait and see.
Richard is 15 years old. He's travelled up from Taunton in Somerset to try out with Team Extreme. If he succeeds, a glittering career could be ahead of him.
If you are one of the best, one up and coming, you get a good name, you can get a shoe named after you, you can have a computer game named after you, there's a chance that you can make a hell of a lot of money. But most of the time, you can make a decent living, travelling around, you get to see the world.
Yeah, I'd really like to get on the team, because it's what I love doing anyway, skating, and then, you know, you get to travel around all over the place, doing shows and meet new people.
Team manager and skateboarder Neil Dans has taken Richard to a nearby skate park to check out his credentials.
Hey, what's that thing you do off your hand? What's that called?
Eggplant twist.
Eggplant twist? But I'm watching here and you got local lads who are from the skate park and they obviously ride this all the time. And we brought little Rich in today and straight away a lot of the local kids are stepping back because they can see his standard.
I don't mind skating in front of people. I prefer it when they skate with me, because, you know, you get a good session going. When Neil was watching me, I was a little bit nervous because the ramp wasn't that good, so I couldn't get very high on it, and my tricks, some of them were a little bit sketchy, so I just tried to do what I could, and I think he realised the ramp wasn't the best.
Just take your time, you look really confident on it, for what I feel anyway. I think I don't feel as confident as you look. Just take your time and...
Don't like it.
No, not at all. But you know the ramp that we've seen today at Alton Towers, which if you make the audition, you'll actually use a decent ramp, do you know what I mean? So that'll be better for you, so. You know, he's so young that he's finding it hard to get the power, but you can already see he's already getting it on a big ramp like this. Now we can do stuff like that on our ramp, right? We got no problem. Straight away I can see a standard, right? So Rich, just watched you there, mate, and I think you're really, really good. Your standard's good enough for the team, definitely. So what I'd like to do, right, is I'd like to try and get you to stay on this weekend at Alton Towers and watch it over the weekend as well. Bring you in for other weekends during the summer season as well. So we give you this season's wear.
Yeah, when Neil told me I was on the team, I was really happy because it means I can just do what I love and hopefully I can make a career out of it.
I'd like to congratulate you. And well done today, mate. Well done. I think you was fantastic.
Back at the campsite, and our Danish tourists are getting up, ready to enjoy a slap-up breakfast. At least they ate well last night, though, when they ventured out of their tents and took in the local delights.
We went down into the city, Chile, and had some kebab and fried potatoes.
Yum, yum. So now they're off to the park, and Christian's dragged his dad along, although he hasn't decided if he'll go on the rides.
I'm not sure. I would like to see the rides before I take a decision. That's Nemesis. That's okay. That's nice.
That's Lipshill. And this is Nemesis. This is Nemesis.
Oh, no way we're doing this on the buses.
Meanwhile, Mel is on the move.
Fast as we can. Run. Cheap bin bag, isn't it? It's falling apart in my hands. I've got clothes, I've got hangers, I've got racks, things. I've got everything. I've got makeup, I've got shoes, I've got rollerblades. I could rollerblade, couldn't I, actually? I've got teddies, you name it. I've got everything to move in here today. I'm just tired. I could just go in and sleep, to be honest. My stomach is shattered.
The boys are finally at the park, and with a reluctant dad in tow, they're determined to have a good time.
It was very fun, I think, but I'm not sure I will do it again.
The boys are very persuasive, but there are some things that talking just won't do.
That's not for me.
It's very, very bad football. But I think...
After losing the tent competition, Christian and Rasmus have a point to prove. Over at the ice show, and Teresa has had a letter.
Got me letter. So I'll just have to wait and see. No. I'll probably open the letter after the show. When I've got a spare moment to myself, I'll do it on the quiet. So if I don't get it, I can cry in a corner.
The show is over, and there's no more delaying. Teresa prepares herself for the result.
Moment of truth. No, I didn't get it. Not this time. No. Never mind. I'm going to continue working here, obviously. and they still want me to do senior positions every now and then when people are sick. Then I'll learn as well, I suppose, as I'm going along. And, you know, maybe in the future I'll get the position later on, but I've only been here a month, so it was a bit of a long shot. But I'm not disappointed. I'm happy for the next person that gets it. And I'll just carry on here, as I have done, and have a laugh with my friends.
Mel's been back and forth on the bus all day. Now she's finally set to move into her new flat.
They're moving out again. This is like the last place I know they're going to move to. I can't wait to move in now. I'm getting really excited. I'm excited now. This is my bed, obviously. So comfy. But mates live over there. Got the takeaway out there. So change this lamp. Кино lamp. So it's quite nice. I'm happy now. I'm happy I moved in. Got quite a few regrets about leaving. I'm going to miss my friends. Perry was seen before when best mates come up to me. And I was like, she didn't ask me where I was going with my bags. I'm glad she didn't, because she didn't know I've moved yet. So I'm going to tell her tomorrow. So I'm going to have quite a lot of regrets. I think I probably want to go back. But I reckon I have to stay here. I have to settle in here. I think once I've settled in a bit more, got myself sorted out, I think then I'll feel even more at home in what I do now.
Rasmus, Christian and Torkin have had a busy day. Now it's time to relax with a Barbie and a glass of wine. They've travelled a long way to Alton Towers, but they already have a theme park on their doorstep back home.
We actually have a very little theme park near Neston called Bonbon Land. Very small compared to Alton Towers, and it's made out in a field. It's flat, and they have just planted some rides in the field. Everything has this candy theme, and it's for small children. Is there anything that is not burned? Very nice. It tastes a bit of like coal or something like that.
Rasmus is not impressed with the sausages.
In Denmark, we put this kind of skin on them, so they're cooked before we buy them. It's not very nice. It looks like some kind of pig or something. And every time I barbecue, my father is doing all the work, so I don't know how to.
You can see I have big experience in barbecuing.
He's a barbecuing expert.
Also stopping at the campsite is one of the Alton Towers caricaturists, and he's agreed to do a picture of the boys. What better way to take your mind off the food? First up, it's Christian.
There you go. Want to see how?
Very beautiful.
Is Erasmus popular with the ladies back then?
No, not at all. Yeah, well, I think, just getting away and having a holiday and all this stuff have been great. And I think it's been a great trip. Yes, and I like the roller coasters for the most. It's very exciting getting here, and it's the best, I think. På gensyn, det har været sjovt at være her.
Over at the halfpipe, and Team Extreme are about to begin their show, but this time they've got a new member, 15-year-old inliner Richard.
Yeah, today's my first show for Team Extreme here at Alton Towers, which I'm a bit nervous about. Hope I do all my tricks, but it'll be right. I haven't really had a chance to warm up on the ramp.
We got some new blood in the team. We got a 15-year-old inliner called Richard, the new addition to Team Extreme. So if you want to check it out, all you young kids looking for some inspiration, then come over and check out our new blood, Richard, only 15 years old.
Things are going well until Richard attempts a 540.
I was coming down to landing because it's a narrower ramp to what I'm used to. I ran out of ramp a bit, so I had to bail. Yeah, I felt a little bit annoyed because that's a trick I don't fall over on. Or not usually anyway.
But he's straight back on his feet and continues to wow the crowd. Richard's got a stack of tricks up his sleeve, but there's one move he's yet to pull off when he's practiced on this ramp.
My best trick's the 900, which is 2.5 rotations. So you go up forwards and land forwards. And but I don't like doing that on some ramps because it's a bit scary.
I can remember the fear that went through my body when I first stood on a ramp. And any time I ever learned anything new, my theory would be to watch it, see how it was done, and then just attempt it straight away. Don't think about it too much, because when you start thinking about it, you're on the top of a 12-foot high ramp. That's when the nerves set in.
He's done it, and he's over the moon.
So now I'm on Team Extreme. It should be hopefully the start of a long time skating, and as I get paid for it, I'll be able to hopefully afford to go to bigger competitions in different countries so I can get further in the contests sort of world.
Next time on Park Life, Team Extreme compere Jamie gets drafted into the hotel show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the magical Alton Towers Hotel.
The search is on for a new webmaster.
No, I've only got 3 weeks left as a webmaster. Then I'm heading back to Australia.
And the park staff party, school disco style.
What is this bell? Good luck!
Eurocamp.